Hello everybody and welcome back to the video. Today we're going to be ranking all of the Chapter 2 seasons, with Chapter 2 Season 8 coming to a close and Fortnite Chapter 2 Season, or Chapter 3 I should say, coming to a start. I thought it would be fun today to take a look at all the Chapter 2 seasons and rank them. Let's go through the tier list together and let me know what you think about everything down below. And I will say, you guys are not going to like my opinions very much. But this is my personal opinion. Of course, everybody can like different things. That's a given, right? But with that being said, let's get right into the video. We are going to start off with Chapter 2 Season 1. And you know what? I said in one of my other videos, if this season would have been 2 or 3 months long, it would have been fantastic and it would be widely regarded as one of the best Fortnite seasons of all time. But unfortunately, it was completely dry, and I personally didn't like the gameplay. I thought the loot pool was incredibly boring. We had heavy ARs and shotguns, and that's really all I felt. Yes, we had fishing, but at the time, don't forget, we had like no fish. We didn't have like the cool shadow floppers. We didn't have if I'm not mistaken, we didn't have hot floppers. We didn't have the Midas fish. We didn't have anything like worthwhile to catch. So it was just like, hey, you know what? Fishing. You know, and it wasn't great back then. I personally love fishing. Now, we went way too long without content. What saved it, in my opinion, was Winterfest. The Winterfest was the best complete. I loved everything about it. It was my favorite Christmas time in all of Fortnite. It was fantastic. Nothing but good things to say about it. The blizzards, oh, I thought they were going to bring weather into Fortnite. The presents, Star Wars collaborations, it was great. So, I will say, I will give you a preface in saying that there is nothing going in the D tier. I don't think that there was a bad season. Yes, I'm talking about Chapter 2 Season 6 as well. There is no bad season. But this is coming from someone who really, really loves Fortnite. So, Chapter 2 Season 1, it was too long, it was too dry, but I still had fun with it, so I'm going to throw Chapter 2 Season 1 into the C tier. Moving on to Chapter 2 Season 2, one of the best seasons in Fortnite history, and that's coming from a lot of people who even played in the OG days. They go, okay, Chapter 2 Season 2 was fantastic. They brought mythics, they brought shakedowns, they brought some of the best point of interest in all time. They brought the rig, the grotto, they were incredible. The bosses, we had the battle pass with a storyline. It was a huge storyline heavy. We had 2 live events. We had the Travis Scott concert, and we had the device event. 2 phenomenal events, and people think that these are the best events of all time, to be honest with you, especially astronomical. And yes, a lot of people like to hate on Travis Scott right now, but you can't ignore the fact that event was fantastic. It was groundbreaking. It was something brand new for Fortnite. We're just talking about the live events. Think about the battle pass, one of the best battle passes ever, and we had trailers for each character. We had huge storyline development. We landed at the agency, which was one of the best point of interest in the middle of the map in Fortnite history. The map was incredible. The gameplay was incredible. The loot pool was incredible. We had updates. And don't forget, my absolute favorite part of the season, we had the water storm. Remember, after the device event? That was game-changing in my opinion. I thought it was beautiful to look at. After such an incredible event, leading us into the huge storyline heavy stuff. I loved playing around with that water storm. It made Fortnite feel different. It was fantastic. I loved the loot pool. It was amazing to play in quarantine. It brought all my friends back, and I was really sad about it because they quit in Chapter 2 Season 1. Chapter 2 Season 2 brought them back, and I also met some fantastic people that I'm so glad. I have nothing but good things to say about Chapter Season 2. Yes, it was long. It was like 130 days or something, but it was 130 days of absolute fun. I loved everything about Chapter 2 Season 2. With that being said, I'm going to throw Chapter 2 Season 2 into the S tier category. Now, moving on to Chapter 2 Season 3, I think this is a very, very underrated season. I love the water. I love the gameplay it changed on the water. I loved having build fights in the end game. The water was fantastic, and it was cool to see the whole map flooded because everyone was like speculating since the start of Chapter 2 that there was going to be a huge flood. There were hints to Noah's Ark. We don't know if that was true or not, whether Epic was actually pointing, if it was a coincidence with those houses there. But regardless, the flood was amazing. We had a cool trailer. We started off with Midas, and it was like a fun summer season, you know? And most importantly, it was 2 months long. It was 2 months long. It was a season where we could have fun. Okay, we're ready for the next content. More seasons need to be 2 months long. It was fantastic. Don't forget, we had the cars update that everybody's waiting for. That was great in itself. Every single week we saw a new map change, and that we saw a little bit of a map a little bit destroyed because the water level was going down a little bit. I thought it was great. We could visit new spots every single week to see what the water level was doing, and it made the terrain different for map changes and gameplay. The gameplay changes was awesome. The loot pool was great. A lot of people clown on the charged shotgun, but that's personally one of my favorite guns. So I might be a little bit biased in saying that I had a lot of fun with the loot pool there. But to have water everywhere, we had sharks. I could troll people with the sharks. It was fantastic. We had those whirlpools where it shot us in the air. Mobility was great. I have a lot of great memories with that. And we still had incredible mythics. We had the Authority, which I personally thought was better than the Agency. It was great. I loved everything about the season again. But I will say, it's not on Chapter 2 Season 2 level. I am throwing Chapter 2 Season 3 into the A tier. Moving on to Chapter 2 Season 4, the Marvel season. I can see why a lot of people didn't like this season. A big crossover season. If it's up to me, I wouldn't make an entire Fortnite season dedicated to a crossover. But luckily, thank God, I am a huge Marvel fan. I'm a big fan of the movies. I was so excited to see Iron Man in the Battle Pass. Groot was fantastic. I loved it. But I do understand why people didn't like it. Fortunately, we had some fantastic mythics. We had some gameplay. It was the first time I landed at Pleasant Park. I hate Pleasant Park, but with Doom being there and everyone fighting there with the vault, loved it. The gameplay for this season was great. And one of my friends who previously quit the game in Chapter 2 Season 3 actually came back in Chapter 2 Season 4 and really enjoyed the mythics and really enjoyed the gameplay. And that's coming from someone who hated Marvel. If it's someone who doesn't like Marvel's playing that season, you must have made a really good season gameplay-wise. And don't forget, we had one of the best updates in Fortnite history, and that is the Stark Industries update. Everybody loves Stark Industries. That whole biome was fantastic, and like I said in previous videos, it brought different levels to the map, and that's what I miss about it, and it was fun to fight there. Stark Industries was great. It was chaotic. It was kind of like, not quite Tilted Towers level, but it was like it was a really good point of interest in that sense. And not only that, it changed half the map. It changed, like, not half the map, I'm sorry, a quarter of the map. It was great. It was a fantastic update. I love everything about it. Stark Industries was great. The loot pool was great. I loved that season. I had a lot of fun. The gameplay was solid. However, it was not my favorite. I'm going to throw Chapter 2 Season 4 also into the A tier. Now, moving on to Chapter 2 Season 5, I was really looking forward to this because it was at the Christmas time in Fortnite, and after following 2019, which had the best Christmas event of all time, and that is not even debatable in my opinion. Everything about it was fantastic. This Christmas event was incredibly underwhelming. Could be argued because the Epic employees were still working from home because of the pandemic. It's tough to say, though. It's tough to say, but regardless, I was really looking forward to Christmas, and I was let down at that event. And they made the entire content this season about the crossovers. Yes, it was cool to see Master Chief and all these other characters join the Fortnite universe. It was fantastic. I bought Master Chief. I was like, no way, Halo's in Fortnite. That's great. But what they did wrong with this season is they did make those crossovers the content. And yes, the sand biome was incredible. The 0 point was on the map. It was good. The loot pool was good. It wasn't great. It was good. It was solid gameplay. So I still enjoyed my time playing it. However, there were no updates, and the sand tunneling was a great addition. The Coliseum was a fantastic point of interest. Butter Barn. The initial update for Chapter 2 Season 5 was great. It had an awesome trailer, really storyline heavy, and it was like, okay, it made sense why he's bringing all the Walking Dead characters and everything there. But you can't make the Fortnite content just the skins in the item shop. We need actual content, and that's what we didn't get. And I was looking forward to the Christmas update. We didn't get that either. That was just a really let down. It was like, okay, it's Snowdown. Then it gave a Shockwave, which was a great game mode, but at the same time, it didn't capture the Christmas spirit. I didn't love the season, but of course, I did have fun playing it. It was solid. It was good. It was good. Nothing great about Chapter 2 Season 5. It was just good. So, I'm throwing Chapter 2 Season 5 behind Chapter 2 Season 1 in C tier. Now, this is where you guys might hate me for this one. Chapter 2 Season 6. A lot of people regard this to, talk about this being the worst season in Fortnite history. I understand why you would say that. Bows aren't for everybody, but I love the bows. I loved the bows. I loved all the gimmicks it came with. I loved the loot pool. Crafting, I didn't like. It was too complicated. What they're doing with nuts and bolts, in present day, is way better. The crafting kind of sucked, but just find shockwave bows, stink bows, explosive bows, I loved it. And don't forget, we had one of the best live events in my opinion, because I'm really invested in the storyline. I loved it. We got another remix of the end event music. We got the Foundation, another member of the Seven. It was incredible. I loved the opening trailer. I loved the event. I loved everything about that, and it actually did well on my YouTube channel. So I was like, hey, not bad. Maybe people like this event. But then as the season progressed, people didn't like it. I thought the map was ugly orange, but the Spire was a great point of interest. Yes, I understand why pro players had a problem with it because the builds were a little bit clunky there, and it was weird. Pieces weren't really placing right. I thought it was great, though. I love the Spire. I loved how you could climb up the entire top of it, shoot down with the bows. I loved with the Shockwave bow, I control my teammates. I love how the bows brought something different to the game, and it made me feel really different. The makeshift weapons were garbage, though. I understand why this season was frustrating for a lot of people, but I had a lot of fun with it because I don't take the game seriously. I just play, enjoy what's new, and you know what? The season wasn't too long, so we moved on to Chapter 2 Season 7 after that. So, Chapter 2 Season 6, I'm popular, but I'm going to throw it into the B tier. Again, don't hate me, it's just my opinion. Now, this might be a spoiler for you guys, but we're moving on to my favorite season in Fortnite history. Chapter 2 Season 7, the alien-themed season. I have never had more fun playing Fortnite in my entire life than I did this season, especially opening day to the day it closed. This is the only season in Fortnite history where I did not want the season to end. I wasn't looking forward to the countdown for the event. I wasn't looking forward to the season ending. I wasn't looking forward to Chapter Season 8. I was having more fun than I ever had in Fortnite in this season, and I will tell you why. We had fantastic updates every time. The battle pass was great. We had storyline heavy stuff. The aliens were a little bit random, but now it makes sense with the Cube Queen and everything. The UFOs at the beginning, we had an OP vehicle that we could shoot down, but then they nerfed it. It was great. It ended up being balanced. You control your teammates so hard with it, and I have a lot of fun when my teammates and I mess around. It's like having impulse grenades. We had fun Fortnite weapons. We had the Gravitron. We had the inflatable. Wacky items that really, really belong in Fortnite. A lot of guns that they add are just like new guns. Like, take a look at the combat assault rifle. It's a gun with recoil. Nothing special about it. Yes, I'm appreciative that we do have a new gun in the game, but to add things like the inflatable and the Gravitron, and that wasn't the only of it, the Chimera Ray gun, they feel like Fortnite. This whole season felt Fortnite. Every single update felt like it was Fortnite. And I had more fun this season than I did the OG days. We had constant updates filled with content. We had 2 live events. The Ariana Grande one, yeah, I didn't love that event, but it was still really cool. The Ariana Grande event, it had some awesome effects. We had Juice WRLD playing. It was sick. I loved the Ariana Grande event, but we also had the, oh my god, this Operation Skyfire event was great. So storyline heavy. And I'll get to the abductors in just a second, but when I was talking about the entire season, the abductors, you know, when you were waiting in that game just to like get transported into the inside of the mothership, I was saying to my friends, I was like, I want to go outside of that barrier and see what it's like out there. And we actually did in the Skyfire event, and I was like, no way, we actually get to explore it, and that's what I really wanted to see. It was really cool. I love the event. It was suspenseful. It was fun waiting for the event. Everything about it was great, and the abductors were fantastic additions to the game. It made it so this is the only season where the mid-game was fun because people were occupied at the beginning of the game. They were getting abducted. They were playing a minigame, and the minigame was fun. The minigame was a blast. And then you go back into the Battle Royale Island. Something that people didn't like with Fortnite is the mid-game. It was an early game. It was strong in the early game, strong in the end game. But in the whole middle, it's a 22-minute game. From like minute 5 to minute 18, it was dry. You couldn't find anybody because everybody was dead. The abductors solved that, and it made the entire match in Fortnite fun. There were so many people. I had so much fun. The weapons were great. The loot pool was great. The storyline was great. The battle pass was great. I loved everything about this season. The updates were fantastic. I loved absolutely everything about this season. I'm not kidding when I tell you that I had more fun in this season than I did with the OG days in Fortnite. I'm not kidding. Chapter 2 Season 7. If there was an SS tier, it would be there, and it would be there alone. I'm throwing it in front of Chapter 2 Season 2. As the best season in Fortnite history. Now, for Chapter 2 Season 8, I don't feel right giving an accurate placement for this, so this could move. Maybe I'll update the pinned comment, because as the time I'm recording this, it is currently 8 days, 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 28 seconds until the event. I feel like this event could have a huge impact on whether I move this or not, because this, the end event. I really love the end event last season. It's my favorite, or last chapter. It is my favorite event in Fortnite history, the end. This is also called the end. This could be something just as good. That would really bring it up for me. So, again, I'll update the pinned comment whether I move the placement for this or not. But, so, there's nothing, I feel like with this season, it's great. I think it's great. But there's something missing for me to put it in S tier. There's something missing from this season to have me put it with Chapter 2 Season 7 and Chapter 2 Season 2. Perhaps for me, that's because it's following my favorite season of Fortnite. I'm not having as much fun, but I am having a blast. Something about the gunplay, something about the loot pool, something about the voting. It's very engaging. I really like it. We've had updates every week, especially with content. The Fortnitemares event was great. I loved everything about it. Yes, it could have been a little bit better, but it was great. It wasn't perfect. Nothing about this season is perfect in my opinion, but it's all great. I like the corruption. Also, there was a little bit of letdown at the beginning of the season because we saw at the event where the map was completely getting destroyed, and we kind of were expecting huge map changes this season, and we didn't get any. Maybe that's part of the letdown. Maybe it's because the map hasn't really been changing. Yes, we got the sideways. That's cool. I feel like the content this season has been solid. It's been good. And all my friends are really enjoying the season too. Like the sideways weapons are pretty good. They got buffed. They're really good. The cube monsters, it's cool how you upgrade. It's cool how you craft. The crafting in this game is great right now. The loot pool's in a fantastic state. The gameplay flows nice and solid, and for me personally, this is my favorite battle pass in Fortnite history. Charlotte's a fantastic skin. I really enjoyed the Venom skin, the Carnage. The Cube Queen is probably one of the best secret skins we've had that brought a new mechanic for a glider, but it's coming from someone who's a fan of cosmetics. I love the storyline that we're getting. The bunker was a little bit of a letdown because I was really looking forward to seeing what's inside of that, and it's just to see it was another IO base. I feel like there's more coming to that. Apparently, there's still files in there that we can see more, but it looks like they're building now outside of Pleasant Park, hyping up for the event. I'm talking about this season like it's a bad season, but it's not. It's good. It's really good. I'm having a lot of fun. Something's just keeping it from perfect, and I don't know what that is. If you can really help me through that, if you're thinking like the same thing I was, let me know. Let me know what you think. But for now, of course, this can change because there's still 8 days left in the season. Maybe something will happen, right? The voting, I will say. I love the voting. I'm going to throw Chapter 2 Season 8 right below Chapter 2 Season 3 in the A tier, but ahead of Chapter 2 Season 4. I'm having a lot of fun. I think it's a pretty good season. And guys, that's my tier list for you. Let me know what you think down below, and of course, you're gonna yell at me for Chapter 2 Season 6, perhaps even the Chapter 2 Season 7. I don't know. I feel like every one of you will have Chapter 2 Season 2 at the top, and there's nothing against that, right? It's just my opinion. It's just your opinion. So let me know what you think. Rank the tier list in the comments, or rank all the seasons in the comments. I would love to know, like, if I'm kind of with everybody here in thinking the way that I'm thinking. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you are new here and you enjoy the content, please consider hitting the like button. It would help out the channel a ton. And subscribe if you're brand new. If you'd like to use my supporter creator code in the item shop, it is CLEN-GOCO, #AdIMA, #Epic Partners. Check the description down below for any links you might want to find. Discord server, TikTok, any of that. Also, you will find Real Ember on Fiverr. Absolutely fantastic work. If you're looking to be a YouTuber and need thumbnails done, check out the guy who does all my thumbnails. Absolutely fantastic work in Real Ember on Fiverr. Remember, if you want to start a YouTube channel, thumbnails are the absolute most important thing that you can get. Thank you for watching, everybody. Don't forget to comment down below. I will see you in the next video. Take care.